My name is Oliver from China, recently majoring international study and philosophy. It's freshman in the UN. I started the IEP in the summer of 2016, and I complete level 4 and level 5.
Hello everyone, my name is Alassaf. I'm from Saudi Arabia. My major is biomedical engineering. I am in my third year in my PhD. I was in the IB in 2011. I completed 1 year, one complete year, level 4 and level 5 at the IB.
My name is Ahmed Al-Hadri. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I was in the IEP in 2015. I completed level 3, 4 and 5. And this is my third semester at University of Miami, majoring in political science and economics.
Hello everybody, my name is Federico. I'm from Italy. I'm majoring in finance. I'm still a freshman, so this is my second semester at UM. I've been here in the IB for 1 year. I did level 3, 4 and 5.
Hi, my name is Giovanna. I'm from Brazil. My major is International Finances and Marketing. I completed level 3, 4 and 5 at the IEP, and I'm a freshman.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Bassam Idris. I'm from Saudi Arabia. My major is political science, and I'm a sophomore. And I was at the IEP in 2015. I completed level 4 and 5. Okay, so I felt I was a little bit scared because I didn't know how it will be to study English in the United States. So I was a little bit worried, but it went well.
I felt that my English actually was pretty good, but when I came here, I immediately understand that I had to improve, and I have to improve really quick. So I just make some friends and practice my English inside, the IB and outside classes.
I felt it was a new experience for me, so I came here just to study English, and then I decided to apply to the university. So I was just open to new opportunities.
Actually, I was excited because when I came to the IEP, I already spent a year in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at University of Pennsylvania, English language program, and the change point in my English learning journey is that I realized that I need to improve my English as much as possible. First, when I took the placement test, I realized my weaknesses and strength, and realized that I should work on my weaknesses and develop my strength point.
So when I came here, I was not a little bit, I was a lot in shock, to be honest, not just scared, because it was totally different experience for me. I'm betting also it's kind of the same experience that you're living in right now, guys, because we're away from family, we're away from friends, but that's the beauty of it. We sacrifice, our time with our families to achieve good things, and that's what kept me motivated all the time. So I took that as an advantage, not thing to hold me back. I guess that's what we all should do. I'm still feeling a little bit struggle also with my English, even though it's been a lot of time that I have improved, but still there's always something to improve. So I encourage you all to not be scared, to take advantage of that and just move forward.
Okay, I would say, of course, everybody gonna feel scared, but the most strong feeling for me is to be excited, because you can see people from different countries, from Saudi Arabia, from UAE, from Yemen, from even South America. So I really like making friends with them, even learning their language. That's the interesting for me.
Actually, I don't think so. I think you just should go to the university and start if you're ready for it.
I totally disagree. Because when I finished my IB, I went straight to my master, and in level 5, you would learn something that you haven't learned in level 4 or even before, which is, research, stuff that you should be doing, like right in your first class at University of Miami. So that's really an important skill that I don't think if I spend even 1 hour emphasizing on that point, it won't be enough. Because even with that skill that I took from level 5, it wasn't even enough, so I took that further and I improved my research skills. Because it's going to save you a lot of time when you do your research. And time management, it's really important because it's going to be your first semester and you're going to have a lot of courses, you're going to have a lot of homeworks and stuff, so you want to spend your time wisely. If you know how to do research and finish your assigned task in a timely fashion, you would save yourself a lot of time.
I can say that most of the things that you're gonna do in level 5, they're gonna explain it to you again in the university. So it's really up to you.
I think the reading and writing part, I would skip. I would skip, but the oral communication is really important because from level 4 to level 5, it makes a lot of difference. Listening and then how fast is it, and a lot of things. It really helps you because when you get to your classes, no one's gonna put your quiz twice for you to listen, and then things like that we practice here, and then really helps later. Okay, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Well, actually, I would make a point on this regard, whether you should complete level 5 or not. Actually, level 5 is the beginning of the university life. Based on my experience, last semester I took 2 graduate political science seminars as a freshman. And without the level 5 and what I learned in level 5, especially in RW, in research skill, I wouldn't have performed well in these 2 classes. So you should complete level 5, even if you fulfill the English proficiency requirement.
Especially since my teacher Kala is here. I don't know if I should say that. I should have paid more attention, especially to her advices that she mentioned a lot for me, especially regarding time management. I wasn't taking that really in a good way. I thought it's just when I finished my level 5 and that's it. But yeah, once I started my academic life, it's totally different. I wish to have learned a lot from her and from the other faculty because the IB, it's the most amazing experience that I had, and I wish that I had more attention to especially the advices that she would give you regarding the writing or the oral communication. These are the critical points that you would take and move forward, because in real academic life, professors might not have the time to explain the stuff for you. So I would suggest to be more attention and take every point into consideration for sure.
Well, I'll go second. The most important thing that you should focus on the IEP is to focus outside of the IEP. Let me explain. IEP, you will learn a lot from in the IEP, but outside of the IEP is your responsibility to improve your language, especially the vocabulary. Vocabulary is the most important element of your English improvement or English performance. And focus on reading and writing skills. These 2 skills are the most important skills that you will need at university, because if you are not able to take notes or understand the assigned readings, because you will be asked to read articles, or I don't know, depends on the major that you will pursue in future, but reading and writing, and try to collect as many as vocabulary you can do.
When I used to be in IEP, when I got the free time, I just go back home, play video game, or just hang out with my friends. If let me do again, I will do more things, getting to the university, talk to the students, talk to advisor, try to prepare the life in the university, and just do more preparation and do the exercise. You can go to all the center, counseling center, literature center, do some volunteer job, just try your best to do something before the university.
Read the news. The news will be the most helpful thing to you in your English. Based on my experience, like during six months, I noticed the difference. Just read like Washington Post, New York Times, Russia Today, Guardian, etc. Every day.
Like some professors, they're easy, some professors, they're not. And like, yeah, and there's this website we always use, it's called Rate My Professor, to check if the professor is easy or not.
Depends on you, because some classes are required. So for example, you have to take math classes, but if you're not good with math, you're gonna struggle with that. So maybe someone can think that is difficult, someone can think that they are easy because they are good at math. So it really depends on you and on the subject that you're studying.
There is nothing easy in the life. What makes the thing easy is you. You determine if the class is easy or hard. If you do your job, everything will be easy for you. If you do not do what you should do, what you should be doing, it will be hard, absolutely. In regard of the Rate My Professor website, as my friend Balsam stated, don't completely rely on it. Yeah, to be honest, based on my experience, because I took Spanish class and I took the professor, and based on the Rate My Professor website, and I received the D in the course. Based on my experience, so do not, and I didn't work actually to the class, it was my fault. I am responsible for the result, not the professor. Because I thought she was easy, everything will be fine with her, there is no so much thing to do, and I got the result. So it depends on you. If you work hard, you will have a good result. If you do not, you will not get your desired result.
I would say it's also depend on the major. Like for me, I used to take psychology on the last semester. I got a C on that because it's like the language, everything, it's hard for me. And right now I'm taking philosophy, it's become even like harder than that. But I would say like math and logic, it's gonna be real easy for Chinese students. Still like take care, choose the major carefully, just try your best to do something, but don't overwhelm it.
I think that my advisor is really helpful. Sometimes he just sit with me and talk about the classes, and he try to understand what I really want to do and like which classes are the best for me. So I'm really happy with my advisor.
My advisor is helpful, but I don't sit with him as much as I'm supposed to be sitting with him. I just go and tell him I want to take those classes and he approves it and that's it. And I just go to Keenling and then add the classes.
He's the same as my advisor, yeah. Actually, my advice to you in choosing classes is to look at the course content, course syllabus, which is whether if the course like has a final exam or not. Like for example, if you take English composition course, there is no final. 3 essays or 4 essays, depends on the instructor or the professor. So you take lighter classes and harder classes. So you should make balance to in order to perform well. Do not take like hard class or for example like science classes, for example math, physics, and for example you take chemistry at one semester. No, choose like art classes and science classes.
Does your advisor help you with finding that balance?
I realized that based on my experience at the first semester, because my advisor keep constantly telling me that I should choose the course. He shouldn't tell me what to take. He haven't ever told me what classes should I choose, but do not choose science classes completely or art classes completely. Just make balance to make it easier and to finish the requirement.
Some advisor like kind of would help you a lot, but other advisor might not because they're busy and they're focusing on the important stuff. So you should come prepared. You should
Yes.
like, take notes with the classes that you want to take. The course loads. Is it heavy? Is it good classes or not? And when you go there, you should show him that you have done your research. You're planning to take some of these courses, and then he would listen to you and he would give you an advice. If you just sit with him and tell him, okay, I'm gonna register for these classes and that's it, you didn't show him like that you have done some research about the classes and the class content. Some advisor would sign that for you, and that's not a problem. The problem is on you, because you're gonna suffer if you've taken like some of the toughest courses in the university. So it's up to you. It's not like up to the advisor, and that's it.
Yeah, what I do is I just tell my advisor what I want. Like, if you want a double major, you just ask him what I should do. They're gonna give you a list, like how you're gonna graduate in 4 years if you want a double major. Just before you go there, remember to like prepare, print the bulletin, like just go research like how many credits you need to graduate and like how many courses you need to do in each semester. And when you arrive there, you just tell them, I need to do this, and this, and how can I like organize this? They're gonna give you some advice.
No, up until this point, I don't think I'm fully prepared, to be honest. And I guess that will be the case most of the time, regardless. Even though I'm doing like presentations weekly now for our lab, I've been doing some seminars, I've been doing some talks, like when I go to different conferences. It's still tough. You never feel like you reach that level, and that's a good thing, because that would tell you that you have to work more, to do more, to practice more. And don't be afraid of your English. That's the most valuable thing that I have taken from the IB. Because if you feel like, okay, my English maybe is not at that level yet, I don't want to talk, I don't want to participate, that will hold you back. And like some advisors don't like that, and that will also like kind of reflect on your grades. So participate, don't be shy, just be yourself, because professors understand that it's not your first language, and some of them actually would spend some time with me after, especially the first few classes, and to tell me like, okay, don't be disencouraged, just participate. They felt that. They can understand like it's not your first language, so don't be afraid. Just be yourself and always practice. And at least up to me, I never reached that level yet. So you never be like fully prepared to reach that level. I remember in the IB I haven't taken A at all, but when I started my university level, all A's up until now. So that would tell you the quality that you have at the IB.
Yes.
They were tough on us. It wasn't easy, but they have prepared us for like the university level for sure. And when we went down, like to the classes, the actual classes, they weren't like looking for our English mistakes as the faculty here do, because that's their job here. But there, they're looking at the knowledge. They're looking at the information, if you got it or not, because that's what's important for them. So don't be afraid of your English at all. That's my take-home point at least.
It depends on the teacher. Actually, like some teachers, they speak really fast, and it's not like the IP that they say they like we can talk and everyone can understand. Like the teacher will like talk to you a little bit like slower or something like this, but it's not only international students, so they need to speak like normal. And so like that's why like some of the classes last semester I used to record, so I would like listen it again, and then you can like make sure of what the teacher say, or you can talk to them like later.
Again, it depends on the language, because some professors use difficult vocabulary, advanced vocabulary, that you will rarely like see it in a daily life, because it's academic. They speak an academic English, not general English like on the street or outside of campus. So if you have enough quantity of vocabulary, you would master it. You would understand every letter he would vocalize.
But
Listen to the diction.
sometimes just recording is not enough because if the teacher speaks really fast, even if you listen like 10 times, like, sometimes I don't get like some words. So like,
You can just
you can
just ask to repeat or to explain it in a different way, and they do it. Or for example, I'm taking business law now, and there are some difficult terms because it's like, you know, it's the law, so it's kind of difficult. I just take the book, I open it, and while I'm taking notes, if I listen something that I don't understand, I know what they are talking about because I just look in the book, and there are the terms maybe that I don't understand. So this is a suggestion.
And actually get to know your professor actually. Go to his or her office hours. Because, for example, if you receive, for example, a B, the professor, like, if the professor knows you, he will give you like a B plus or A minus, as what happened like previously like to me, because I know the professors. Sometimes like I meet them like in campus and I go with them like in Starbucks, having coffee. Yeah, really. Just be friendly. Don't make it like an official like relationship. He's the professor, I'm the student. No. Be calm. Everything will be fine. Just smile, laugh, talk to the professor, and let him feel. Let her feels that you want to understand the subject more than passing the course.
Just don't suggest to record the classes, because if you had, for example, I have 4 hours of classes, I can record it 4 hours and then go home and listen for another 4 hours. I actually, you don't have time to do that.
Yeah, that's why I just like while my notes were going, I was just looking for the minutes. Like I used to put in my notes the minutes that the recording was going, and then I would come back to that minute, so I wouldn't need to listen to everything again, and I would come back to the point that I wanted.
I share the notes with Americans, and actually I recommend you make relationships with the Americans.
Yeah, actually, I more exchange notes with international students more than Americans.
Yeah, in the case like me and Federico, we were in the same class, and we tried to like, for example, to talk to people and I don't know, to make friends, not even just to exchange notes or something, but people don't seem to be like really like, if you miss the class, if you're sick or something, like it's your problem, so you need to catch up by yourself, something like this. Like
They suggest you to read before class, but honestly, I don't do it, and I'm fine with that. Like my grade, I have all A's, so my grades are good. I don't do it.
yeah, it really depends on the class. Like some teachers, they're going to discuss only like the main points in class, so you need to read before. But some of them, they will explain everything. So for me, it doesn't make a sense like if you read it before to listen everything like again. Only if you have like questions. So you.
I only have done it like in few courses, to be honest. And the reason of that because the courses were kind of tough on me. And also, I remember one professor was really difficult to understand. Even if I recorded, there is no point because I couldn't understand him completely. So I would read the book or the chapter before, so that helped me at least to understand some of the points that he would talk about. And also, I would suggest adding to the previous point to make friends, especially at the beginning of your classes. In each class, try as much as you can because like the first few classes at the beginning, it's the real time to make friends because after that, you lost that window. And when you miss class, even sometimes for medical reason or whatever, you want your friends to help you to understand some of the things that happened during the class and some of the notes. And also like exchanging notes with your friends would help you a lot because sometimes you have trouble understanding that professor. Recording is like won't help you at all. So maybe other friends can understand and can exchange the notes with you.
Some professors gives us final exams, some professors don't. So like they're like you just take your midterms and they don't get finals. Like this semester I only have 2 final exams and I don't know. Some professors, they say the final exam is cumulative, which means from the first day of the semester to the last day. Some professors, they gives you parts, like part 1, part 2, part 3. So it depends on the professor.
Okay, if you're near the exams or the midterms, you spend more time. But like, as soon as you finish your exam, you want just to relax and, you know, so you spend like less time. But usually I just do like the homework that I had, and like maybe it's gonna take me 1 hour or something like that per day, just doing the homework. And I'm fine with that. Maybe because I remember, if I do something, I remember it, so I don't have really to like study a lot. Maybe that's helped me to spend less time. But if you go to class, you take notes, you pay attention on what the professor says, you're gonna spend less time studying.
Or if you choose like just one day to do your homework, and then you're gonna spend the whole day doing like your math, your English, and then your economics homework, you're gonna spend like, I prefer to do that to make my like Saturday and Sunday free. So I try to divide during the week, so I'll have to spend this time during the week.
Yeah, same. I try to study in the middle of the week, so I don't study in the weekends. So I take like 2 hours per day, 3, yeah.
Because, okay, I'm from Italy and there are not so many Italians. Like, I have in class Italians and I meet with them, but really I don't hang out with them. I just hang out with people that don't speak my language. And this is, like, because I want to do it, I'm here to learn English, and like, I want to speak it perfectly. So I try to speak like as much as I can in English. But it's normal that if you find a friend that speaks your language, you're not gonna speak like in English. But try to be like always surrounded with people that don't speak your language. So you must speak English. Okay. If you want, you have it.
And it's a party school. Remember to have fun.
Honestly, no. Like, you have free time and I don't feel like the weight of studying. You just, as I said before, like if you every day do something, you're gonna be fine. But if you wait until the last moment, you're gonna be like, pretty busy. For example, this week I almost didn't do anything, and tomorrow I have 2 exams. I have one class I have to do like 1 paper, and the other class I have to do another paper, and so I'm pretty busy. But if you do something every day, you're gonna be fine. I think it's pretty good. Like, there are a lot of students, so if you had to speak with your advisor or you need like some suggestion, you have to think about it like ahead. You cannot arrive at the last minute and say, hey, I want to talk with him, because there are, I think every semester more or less like 500 students more or less come in, so it's a lot of students. But essentially the classes are, we don't have so much students, so the professor spend times with you, and if you don't understand something, they always have office hours, you can go and talk with them. So I think it's good.
Actually, I'm taking an English class, and like we're friends and we're together in the same class, but we can't be together in the same group. So the professor chooses which group you go to. Yeah. So most of the classes you like work with groups.
Yeah.
Most of them. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, like I'm taking 5 classes, and in 4 of them I'm doing group works. So
Yeah, sometimes teacher will separate you in group. It means you don't have a choice actually. But I think it's better like to separate to international students or American students, because it's like kind of awkward if you talk your own language with your friend in the group.
I guess for me at least, it's always the case where I didn't have the option to choose, and that's the reality. And always you would have at least one member who's not willing to put some work, and you would find that person. And I guess that's a skill that we should all have, where we learn how to adapt regardless of the members that we have, and try to work together as a team. Because I'm guessing also we're facing this problem again in the IEP as well. You would always have some members that don't want to put some work or whatever. So you have to adapt and try to work as best as you can.